Rounding decimals. Decimals are parts of the whole. And then now let's go over place value for decimals. So when we start with place value, we're going to look at this 5. This 5 has a period right after it. So this is our one spot. So we're going to start here and we're going to go to the right. Now, we see this 1 here. This is our 10th spot and our first actual decimal place value, as anything to the right of this period indicates that it's a decimal. So once we go, we keep going to the right. So we have the 2, which is now our hundredths. Notice that we just go whatever it is, like 10, and we add the THS. And then we go 100, THS. Then we're going to have our thousands, and we have THS. Then we have our 10 thousands. Then we have our 100 thousands. And then lastly, we have our millions on this one. Next, when we round with decimals, it's the same trick as with whole numbers. As in, if it's between 0 to 4, we round down. And if it's between 5 to 9, we round up. So let's go over an example. Example 1. An electric wire draws 8.2 amps on a 110 volt line. Round 8.2 to the nearest whole number. So we have 8.2, we're going to write this. This is our period that indicates anything after is our decimal part. This is our whole number, the 8. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and draw a line underneath it. And we're going to circle the digit to the right of it to look to see if it's between 0 to 4 or 5 to 9. So if it's between 0 to 4, we round down. If it's between 5 to 9, we round up. So we see that this 2 is between the 0 to 4 range. And so we know we need to round down. So to the nearest whole number is just 8. And this would be our answer. So let's look at another example. Example 2. Round 5.12387 to the nearest thousandth. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. And let's go and over place values. So we have our ones, we have our periods, and then now we have our tenths, our hundredths, and then our thousands. So we're going to go ahead and underline them. Then what we need to do is look to the right of it. And then we're going to go ahead and circle that because we're going to see if it's between 0 to 4, we round down, 5 to 9, we round up. And we see that it's between 5 to 9, that 8. So we need to round up that 3. So our new number then becomes 5.124. Now we would go ahead and put 2 zeros after the 4. But this is the same as if we just put 5.124. Either answer on how you do this shows that these are the same. You don't actually have to put those zeros at the end. So you could just write it like this on here to the right. Either answer would be correct. Now let's go over another example. Round 5.12387 to the nearest hundredth. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. Now we have our 1 spot because we know that that's a period right there. And then we have our tenths, and then this is our hundredths. So we're going to go ahead and circle the next digit to the right of it. Now, if it's between 0 to 4, we round down. Between 5 to 9, we round up. So we see that the 3 is in between this range of 0 to 4. So we know we need to round down. So the nearest hundredth is our 2. So we go 5.12, and then we can add those 3 zeros, or we could just write it as 5.12. Either one is correct. Now let's go over another example. Example 4. In a circuit, a diode has a current of 0.375 amps. Round 0.375 to the nearest tenth. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. Now, this period, and then this is our tenth spot. So we need to look at the hundredths and circle that. And then we need to see if it's between 0 to 4 or 5 to 9. So we see that it's between 5 to 9, so we know we need to round up the 3. So this would then become 0.4. And this would be our solution.